this morning. Howard is ill today, and we hope a speedy recovery for him. This is Fred Norris along with Boy Getty Delabate.
BabaBooey, and we're doing the best of Stern. And I thought I'd take a moment here. One of the most asked questions of me is, hey, guy, how did you get the name BabaBooey? And I have a 45-second explanation queued up for you.
Do you remember how this happened?
Oh, yeah. Howard was asking me, I collect animation art, those cells.
But actually, you know what happened that morning? I remember it was really weird. I just looked at you and I was asking you about your cartoon art.
Right.
And you started talking about it. It was during a commercial break.
Right.
And you went, BabaBooey. And Howard looks at me and I look at him and it's kind of like, uh-oh.
Oh, is that how it
So that he kind of like carried it through out of the commercial. You didn't know. He knew. I knew.
Well, Howard got me on the air and Howard started asking me about my animation collection. And he said, what are you going to buy next? And I said this.
Cartoon. Yeah, he collects cartoon pictures. He goes to all these conventions. He met Friz Freylang last night. The guy who drew...
No, it's not a convention. It was an appearance at an art gallery. Big difference.
Gary, goes to this place and buys, slides of, Deputy Dog.
Animated cells of Bugs Bunny. Get it right.
It's funny because one day we were in somebody's office and they had a bunch of this stuff on the wall, and Gary goes, my stuff's better. He's all into comparing, and my
it's
stuff's
$3
better.
items.
Yeah.
Hey, look, Friz drew Bugs Bunny on one of Gary's teeth last night. You must have really hit it off.
But don't ever brush again.
Gary's like...
No danger.
Gary's the big art collector now, and he treats it like it's art. He's like, hey, Howard, you think I should buy a Deputy Dog or Picasso?
This is stuff Walt was throwing away.
Yeah, garbage.
I'll tell you something. They just sold a Mickey Mouse for $400,000.
Yeah, right.
They did.
Yeah.
Not at this gallery.
To who? To a lunatic?
Listen,
For $400,000, you get the real Mickey Mouse to show up every day. He walks in the office and he goes, hey, Howard, I got my eyes on a Cookie Monster poster. You should see it. It's beautiful.
You should see his collection of matchbook art.
What is in your collection? How many different pieces of art have you purchased?
I've only purchased one, but I'm about to purchase two more.
Which ones will you be buying?
Well, I bought...
When did you buy?
Well, the one I own is a Bugs Bunny and a Yosemite Sam.
And he's really into this.
He's got an original Zodiac killer.
Yeah. I got a Bugs Bunny. Because every day he comes in and he's eyeing these different cells, he calls them.
Yeah.
And then they frame them, right?
Right.
And the frame is worth more than the cell.
I bet you he figured this out from watching La Bamba or something.
Hey, at least my children will be proud of me someday. They'll inherit at least $70 worth of pictures. My next purchase will either be a Da Vinci or a Marmaduke.
He's not trying to get all of the Disney characters. He's like, I got a Goofy, but I don't have Pluto.
Where does Bugs and Yosemite Sam hang?
I'm strictly a Warner Brothers Bugs Bunny collector mostly.
Oh.
I think Gary sees that as a cool thing.
Yes.
That'd be really interesting to have.
It'd be very childish to be into Mickey.
It's something that Morty over at Letterman Show might dig.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people into collecting animated art. It really is.
I got a lead on a Betty Boop. Incredibly rare in the art world.
No, I got it. There is actually one very rare one that I can't...
He's got his eye on.
He's got his eye on.
There's one rare one that I can't find. If anybody wants to sell a Bugs Bunny and the Monster, I'd like to buy them all.
No, what are you buying now? What are the two you're going to purchase?
It's Bugs Bunny and the Vulture. If anybody remembers that one.
Yeah.
And I may buy a Jay Ward, Jay Ward is the guy who did...
And these are the actual pictures they used to make the cartoon?
No.
What are they?
These are...
Photographs.
No.
Yeah, what are... in other words, I could just videotape these cartoons and freeze a frame.
No. These are animated cells that have been drawn by the artist. They're numbered and specifically for sale.
What is an animated cell? Did it go in the movie or not?
No, I just said it didn't go in the movie.
So then why do you have to have it on a slide?
It's exactly like the ones that went in the movie, but most of the ones that were in the movie were destroyed.
Oh, I thought it was the ones from the movie.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Most of the ones from the movies have been destroyed. Some of them are from...
So those are the ones that are worth money.
Some of them are from some...
That's what I said. Walt was throwing them away.
No, actually they were erased.
How the original Elmer Fudd was fatter. Golly, it's so interesting. It's so interesting to see how he changed throughout the years.
I was going to say, you see how Porky has changed?
Elmer Fudd.
The real metamorphosis.
Gary, the art collector.
I collect this for my enjoyment, not for...
Right.
I mean, it's not going to go down in value, but it's not going to make a lot of money.
Gary, will these go up in value? He goes, they'll never go down in value.
Well, basically, they're nothing is what you're telling me.
Right. There's a guy who, like, he's an old man now, just goes, sits around and paints the same stupid pictures and sells them to Gary.
Well, this is exactly from La Bamba. Remember La Bamba's brother?
Yeah.
Used to sit around drawing cartoons?
Oh, yeah.
That's where he got this from.
No, but it's like the original guy.
It's the original guy.
What's it like? Who drew the one?
Frizz Frayling.
Frizz Frayling.
Right. As opposed to Bill Clampett or Chuck Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
If only I could get a Casper the Friendly Ghost, I'd be a wealthy man.
So what you're saying is this is the guy who created this?
Right. This is the guy who drew them all for the original cartoon.
Frizz Frayling. That's the guy at the end of the Bugs Bunny things.
But most of the originals were destroyed.
Yeah.
So now Frizz.
Who's the guy who did Woody Woodpecker? Used to sit there and draw at the beginning.
Oh, yeah, I remember him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sell his stuff too, but his stuff's real cheap. He's still alive. Walter Lang.
Frizz Frayling is still alive.
Right.
Lance what?
Walter Lance.
Walter Lance.
But the J. Wards are very valuable.
And Gary sits and tells me this stuff like it's...
They're just fun things
And I thought it was from the actual movie.
Yeah,
that's why
what I thought it was.
I was actually thinking, well, maybe this is kind of a cool thing to be into. I didn't realize it was just some dude laying around now in his old age drawing pictures.
Well, some of them are from movies, but not the original cartoons.
And these are originals? It's not like a reprint?
Right, they're originals. They're supposed to be originals. Yeah.
What is a cell as opposed... I don't understand.
A cell is... You know, it takes a bunch of cells to make a cartoon. Each one is an individual picture.
Oh, okay.
And then it's framed and...
Right, triple matted and framed.
I don't consider my den a den. It's my loofah.
My loofah.
My loofah sponge.
Step into my museum.
Yeah, my museum. My louvre. My personal louvre. It's not a picture. It's a cell, Robin.
Oh, does he have these displayed, Howard?
I hope so.
Set up a,
You know why they call it a cell?
What?
Because it means they sell it to Gary for a lot of money.
Another cell.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, she gives out, yep, another cell. And the guy goes, well, I guess we call this a cell.
No, does he have the special frame and the light?
Pin lighting. Lots of pin lighting.
Really? You make fun all you want. You'll see. I won't rest until I get Daffy Duck as the Scarlet Pumpernickel.
What? What the hell is that?
So, Daffy Duck. So do like people laugh when you come in the store? How do they stop laughing when they see you
The
coming?
store was packed yesterday with a lot of people.
You know who sells them this stuff? The sales lady at the store is the girl who was the co-lead in Saturday Night Fever, the one who played the dancer.
Oh, you're kidding.
Karen Lynn Gorney, isn't it? She was she was one of the originals on Another World for like 10 years. Or is the world
Now she works at selling these cartoons.
What a career move.
Does she own the store at least?
No, but she's a very nice lady. She doesn't own the store though.
Good idea turning down Saturday Night
And she's going to be in the new
Saturday Night Fever too.
Didn't she turn that down?
Yeah.
She's going to be in
Why did she turn down Saturday Night Fever?
I never asked her about it. But she's going to be in the new Michael J.
Because
Fox
I got to
movie.
get my Woody Woodpecker.
I was busy selling art.
Well, it's not really her. It's someone who looks like her, you see. The original was destroyed in the movie.
It's not an actual one from the movie.
Yeah.
It's not the
I thought these were actually from the movie. You know, like the Bugs Bunny
That
movies.
would be
But those are very expensive. Those are $4,000 or $5,000 if you can find them, because they're hard to come by. We don't have that kind of money to spend on.
So then,
So what are you paying for these things you get?
They're about $600.
Oh,
you're paying $600?
Yeah,
I thought, you don't make that much money.
it's an investment, Wolves. Hey, let me just tell you something. They were selling for $300 2 years ago.
Really? Fascinating. You better hope Frizz Frayling dies.
Well,
soon.
It's a possibility.
Good.
he breathed on it.
I think
Gary breathed on him, so Frizz Frayling will die. And I'm thinking of going out to the Midwest this summer and trying to bargain with the Indians for some beads.
You know what it's like? It's like when Ralph Cramden came home with the little house made out of popsicle sticks that belonged to the Emperor of China.
Right.
It's a one of a kind. These are going to be worth a fortune.
Gary's new business, art collecting. I wonder how long this is going to last.
I think it's
I can't wait to go to. I want to go to his apartment
how soon
now.
before these are in his mother's attic?
Yeah, I want to go to his apartment to see where this is mounted.
Yes, with the little pin light.
Yeah, it's framed and everything.
Oh, sure.
What is it, like a wooden frame?
No,
or
Formica.
Formica frame.
You know.
How big is it?
About, I guess,
Yo big?
about this big.
Yeah.
He's showing us on the radio his hand.
About bigger than 11 by 16. The cells themselves are a little bit over 8 by 10, but with the frame and
The cells themselves are
Yes, Howard.
Yeah.
You don't want to crimp the edges.
The cells.
You guys laugh. You guys make fun of me.
Hey, did you hear Gary just bought some magic beans, Robin? He's gonna grow a big beanstalk.
You know, he saw your daughter drawing something. He's interested in Howard.
You think he did this so he'd stop goofing on his mouth? I'll tell you something. It's about 11. A cell is about 11 by 17. Just like the size of one of my teeth. You could perfectly mount it on there.
That's where he places them when he takes them home, so they don't get wrinkled.
On his teeth?
Yes.
I never learned. Howard sits there during the commercial. He feigns interest. About an idiot. I feed him all this information.
You know, in high school, Gary sold the family car. They put him in charge of that.
Oh, yeah?
And he actually bought the Brooklyn Bridge. And he is part of...
Traded it for the Brooklyn.
Well, that and my Yosemite Sam.
He gave them the car and how much cash for that?
Well, also, you know, Brooklyn Bridge is the only thing I bought. I also bought some clay that used to be Gumby.
But he didn't get the pokey clay.
No, the pokey clay was destroyed. Didn't you buy some Gumby clay?
I didn't. I was gone for 5 minutes and I just heard Jackie scream and I walked to John and I go, they still making fun of me? I couldn't believe it.
Did you buy some clay that used to be Gumby once? When you sold your car to Car Cash? Hey, Ma, guess what? I got $500 for the car, and then I met this man on the street who sold me clay used to be Gumby. We're gonna be rich.
The only problem is it didn't have the eyes. Howard, they had thrown the eyes away.
Now we're the luckiest family in Uniondale. We own part of the Brooklyn Bridge and the clay. And now with my Yosemite Sam, our collection is complete.
I'm surprised he's not into Hercules and Nuke.
Yeah. Can you get that? Or is that artist dead?
They do sell a lot of other types of art.
What do they got?
They sell Roger Rabbits, and they sell like
Cells, you mean, of Roger Rabbit?
Right, all the Hanna-Barbera stuff, which I'm thinking about dabbling in. I'm thinking about buying that. I'm serious. No, I'm thinking about getting.
Pick up a good Yogi and Boo Boo, or maybe a Wilma.
No, they sell those too, but I'm thinking about getting
a Bam Bam.
No, you ready? Quick Draw McGraw and BabaBooey. I'm thinking about getting.
Good. How do you make the final determination?
Just have to see, how much money is coming in.
How much does a Bubba Louie go for?
Those are a little bit cheaper. Quick Draw and a BabaBooey are about $3.25.
What do you call him?
BabaBooey.
I thought it was.
Is it Baba
It's
Louie?
Bubba Louie, isn't it?
Bubba Louie.
Oh, whatever.
You call him You're gonna hang a picture of a guy you don't even know his name? It's one thing not to know a Picasso.
BabaBooey, he's saying.
The Moma Mama. The Mona Lisa. Bubba Booey.
Well, that's what Quick Draw used to sometimes call him, I thought.
Man.
Maybe I wasn't listening right. It was 20 years ago.
Booey is what he said.
Bubba Booey.
Baba Louie.
I think if I buy like 100 of them, I could flap them and make my own cartoon. Boss, my collection is so distinct.
That's what he wants to do. He wants to put them in a book so he can flip through them real fast and see them move.
Exactly. My collection is so distinct, like my mouth. That stinks too. Gary, I want to show you some rare tapes of a Pink Floyd concert that...
These are originals.
Originals. On the original carts that they were re-recorded on.
Well, this goes along with that music collection of his, because isn't he the one? He's always got those outtakes.
Gary collects Gary collects absolutely worthless junk.
You're right. I'm a big collector of worthless
junk. Like somebody, it's like who any idiot who buys the Beatles rarities.
Yes.
And sits there and listens to the outtakes of the Beatles, but over and over. I can see maybe once, sort of piques your interest.
You just want to hear them. You don't need to take them home.
And you need to hear them for about 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And you collect absolutely worthless junk.
Come over and look at my furniture and make fun of that. Everything.
Some art collection. I especially like the green hues of Quick Straw's belt. Even though I don't know what a green hue is. You laugh at me now, Jackie. Today, Bugs. Tomorrow, Beanie and Cecil.
We're exhausted this. I got
All right, we'll see you later. You're very busy. I had to yell at Gary this morning.
Why?
Because I don't know what he does out there all day, but you know when newspaper articles come out on me, I like to save them. I got a little collection.
Yeah.
That's my collection.
That's what you're collecting.
So, yeah, seems more valuable.
You have them framed.
I have all the originals.
You don't have them framed, though.
No.
And mounted.
Not yet. I'm working on that. But I said to Gary, you know how absent-minded I am. Every day you see an article on me, clip it out and make a file for me. Put it in a folder and I'll bring it home. Oh, okay. And I've only told him to do this for me 15 times. I said, Gary, think like I think. Do for me what I need. He goes, I give them to you every day, boss. I go, you give them to me during the show and I wrinkle them up and I throw them out. We get 19 newspapers out there. Clip out a nice copy for me and
Save it.
But I've told him that 100 times. He just doesn't think like I want him to think. He doesn't think for me. He's
thinking about art house.
Yeah, his art collection. His Yosemite Sam.
And BabaBooey.
BabaBooey. I didn't know what he was saying, BabaBooey.
I thought this was some character I didn't know.
If you're going to buy something, learn the name of it, dude. BabaBooey.
And you want him to think about clipping articles?
Yeah.
He studied that.
Because I don't give him real difficult tasks. I mean, it's just stuff to organizing me. Because he's kind of anal retentive and he's good at that kind of stuff. Just organize me. Just organize me. And,
well, every time a batch of articles come out,
I lose
you have
them.
to tell him this every time.
Every time. Like today, there's no articles on me.
But he's looking to collect.
Excuse me, the Village Voice article was out on me today, right? So I said to Gary, you got a copy of the Village Voice article? That's right, boss. I said, so I said to him, Gary, let me have the original and make me a Xerox for on the air and start your file. Oh, I want this original. I'll get you a different one. Now he's collecting articles. I go, Gary, what do you need that for? What are you going to do with the article? Now you're collecting articles because I'm collecting the article?
Well, he thinks they might be worth something if you're collecting.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's unbelievable. I said, just give me the stupid article. What are you going to do with it?
There may be some money in this. He's collecting it.
No, I'll tell you, it could be worth as much as a Yosemite Sam.
Laugh at me now.
BabaBooey. I especially like Daffy Pig. No, Gary, it's Daffy Duck. I own an original Xerox of your article.
And he got it from Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Right. I got it for cheap price. Hey, I'm excited. The Jungle Book is back in town. There's a whole exhibit.
I bought it from one of the leads in Saturday Night Fever.
Right. That's why I paid $600. It's who you purchase it from. Gary, the art collector, the serious art collector, a BabaBooey. The Jetsons are so cool, Howard. Mrs. Jetson is really nice. You know she's got a C cup? I know you like that. Anyway, I like how he walks out. We've exhausted this, so he walks out. But we haven't exhausted this. This is just the tip of the iceberg.
Years.
This is just sort of, I'm just formulating a few thoughts. This is over. So subtle. Oh, yeah, it's all over. I'm walking out. You guys are done with it.
They've had enough of that.
No, this is a 4-hour show. Making fun of Gary. Where were we?
I don't know.
My BabaBooey. BabaBooey. Daffy Pig.
The articles, he didn't collect.
Oh, yeah, so I said to Gary, just collect my articles for me. Then he has to have a copy of the Village Voice. So now he gave me a Xerox, and he will go out later and get me an original.
Maybe.
Maybe, if he remembers. And then he came back in here and tried to take the original. I said, I'm not done with that yet. I haven't even read it on the air. As soon as I want something. Yesterday, like 9 articles came out on me. It would have been nice to have a copy of them.
He let them all go.
Especially, you know what? I happened to save most of the articles from yesterday, but a week ago, a lot of articles came out on me, and I lost those in the transition period.
The shuffle.
All right. I'm sorry, I'm preoccupied. That Wilma Flintstone give me a boner.
You mean Betty Flintstone?
Yeah.
Bonnie Bubble.
This is original Bonnie Bubble. How could you think his name was BabaBooey?
And he kept correcting you. You say Bubba Louie.
He goes, no,
BabaBooey.
BabaBooey. I go, what? It's a loony bin. Guy's correcting me on my BabaBooey. I thought, you know how Gary has that weird sort of speech?
Yeah.
I thought he was just saying Bubba Louie, but he was having trouble getting it past the teeth.
Well, I thought this was a special pronunciation because he kept saying BabaBooey.
Yeah, BabaBooey.
Not BabaBooey even. It was BabaBooey.
Yeah, BabaBooey. Yeah, like it was. He made Bubba Louie into one word. BaBooey. 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 All right, we'll be back right after this.
Okay, so humiliated in front of millions of people, hence the name BabaBooey.
And it's stuck to this day.
It's stuck to this day. So then, a few months later, Fred and Howard and the gang were hanging out in the back studio making phony phone calls.
So you get tired, you get punchy. I think we were recording a bit or something.
Yeah, it was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I had no idea that that's what these guys were up to.
And this happens over the course of a half an hour. So if it sounds like, how could Gary answer so many phone calls at once? It's like...
Yeah, this is sort of telescoped down, but here's what Fred and Howard are up to in their spare time.
And Billy West.
K-Rock.
Hi, Gary Delabate, please.
Stern Show, can I help you?
Yeah, is Bob there?
Who?
Bob?
There is no Bob at this extension.
Yeah, they just sent me through. I need Bob.
There is no Bob at this extension.
Yeah, there's a Bob there. Bob, a Booey.
Ah, hey, you know what? It's really funny.
All right, thanks, man.
All right.
Okay, hey, BabaBooey.
Yeah?
Is this BabaBooey?
Yes, it is. It's Bob Booey.
Bob a Booey?
Bob Booey.
Am I the first one that called with that?
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
You're
You
the
guys,
guy.
can you use it?
Take care.
You guys gonna use it?
Yeah.
Bob a Booey. He goes, no. Hey, that's really funny.
K-Rock.
Gary Delabate, please.
Ricky, young man. Stern Show, can I help you?
Yeah, Bob.
Gotta go.
Bob on this.
You gotta call back and say, I want to apply for an internship. I was referred by Bob. Okay, I'd like to go ahead. Go ahead, roll it again. K-Rock, can I help you?
Gary Delabate, please.
Hello?
This is the Howard Stern Show.
Who's calling?
Yeah, listen, how do I go about getting an internship?
Send us a letter.
Uh-huh.
Well, how old are you?
I'm 18. I'll be 19 real soon.
Okay, where do you go to school?
Well, I came out of Emerson in New England.
You went to college already?
Well, no, I've got a summer thing going, and I'm looking for work. You know, like an internship.
Okay, I am looking for somebody. Where do you live?
I'm living in Manhattan, Lower East Side now.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not.
You know what? Tell you what, I'm Gary.
Okay, I was referred by a guy that you know.
Who?
This guy, Bob.
BabaBooey.
What did you say when you said Bob? BabaBooey. He wouldn't go Bob who.
K-Rock.
Gary Delabate, please.
Stern Show, can you hold, please?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Stern Show, can I help you?
Gary Delabate, please.
I'm sorry, he's in a meeting right now.
Could you tell him Barbara called?
Barbara, okay. What's your last name, please?
Just Barbara.
Please put him on. I need to speak.
Please put him on. I need to speak to him. It's real important.
Okay, can you hold on, please?
Yeah.
Hi, Barbara.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. Is Fred Norris there?
Who's this?
It's Barbara.
Barbara who?
BabaBooey.
More to come when the Howard Stern Show returns in a moment.
So there you go. There's the big news. BabaBooey.
All we can wait for now is for Gary to become a father.
So how did you break the news to your girlfriend? I mean, what did you do? You went to her and you said, "My darling, I want to marry you." What did you do?
I'm a little embarrassed.
What did you do?
It's sort of corny.
You did something stupid, but that's good.
But
That's
nothing
something...
too stupid.
All right.
We went to the 21 Club for dinner
Right.
Saturday night. It was both our birthdays were a day apart.
Right.
Did you wear a tie?
Yes. I had to get a tie from the desk, but I did wear it.
The guy at the desk gave you a tie?
I didn't know it was, I didn't know, I was dressed very nice.
Right.
I just didn't have a tie on.
Oh, so the guy gave you a tie?
Yeah, it was very embarrassing.
Oh, that is embarrassing. Wherever I go, they always give me a jacket.
Because you know it's not, I mean, they don't have a tie in that whole place that matches anything that anyone owns.
All right. It's not an expensive tie.
It's like a bozo tie.
Right.
So we sat down and we had dinner.
Yeah.
And when it came time for dessert, I had worked this out with the maitre d'. They came and offered us dessert menus, and I said I had ordered a special dessert.
Right.
And then they brought, it was in one of those covered trays.
Yeah.
And they put it down.
They put the, yeah.
They put the covered tray down, and when I picked it up, there was a ring under the tray.
You picked it up?
Right.
The waiter didn't pick it up?
No.
Was it in the box or just a little diamond sitting on a plate?
No, it was in the box.
She ate it.
Hey, you just ate the ring I bought. That was 2 carats. We'll have to wait for it to pass.
But did she start crying at the table?
No, but she was very surprised and very excited.
Were people at the other tables like looking?
Well, it was very embarrassing because the way the place is set up is it's sort of set up in like a horseshoe. There's like 3 sections and it's a horseshoe.
Yeah.
And instead of sitting across from each other, everybody sits next to each other. So you eat dinner and you stare at all these other people while you're eating.
Oh, I hate that. 21 Club. You never catch me in there.
So
screw the 21 Club.
So of course, after she put it on, everybody in.
I mean, you got to sit in like a booth next to someone else.
It's not even a booth.
It's like a table.
It's table.
Couldn't you say to the guy, give him $5 and say, look, give me your most private table. I'm going to be asking my girl to marry me. I don't want to share this with other idiots.
There are no private tables.
There's no private tables.
Yeah.
I mean, so in other words, like when you're asking your girl to marry you, does a guy sitting like right next to you?
Well, there could have been, but
hey, draw a floor plan of the 21 Club for me. I got to understand what you're talking about here.
It's
very upsetting to me. A stupid idea for a restaurant. And what is with that 21 Club? What is it? What, the food is so good there that it's expensive like that? How much it cost you for 2 people to eat there?
About $180.
$180. What the hell did you eat?
I had a black Angus steak.
Ugh.
And she had some duck. And then we ordered some bottle of wine. And I think we had some mozzarella and tomatoes for an appetizer. And we didn't order dessert.
Wow, it costs more than a ring, the meal.
Okay.
$80.
If you can imagine.
Yeah.
Everywhere where I put 2 X's is where people sit next to each other.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my. Oh, I see. And it's like in a circle, and you're sitting, you and your girl are sitting next to each other, staring at everyone.
Right, and everyone's staring at you.
That's absurd.
And everyone could see you eat. It was real weird.
Oh, man.
It wasn't what I expected, I must say.
Yeah.
You never checked out this place.
I would have scoped it out a little.
I just had heard it was one of the finest restaurants in the city.
Yeah.
And
you should ask me when you want to know where to go for a romantic evening.
I asked
you could have had a romantic evening with Jake. Body by Jake.
No. I wouldn't have sent him there for that kind of an evening.
Where would you have sent me?
Oh, let's see. There's the River Cafe. There's the Water Club.
Yeah, we've been to all those already.
Wow. Boy, I've been nowhere. I haven't been to any of those.
For something very romantic and nice, Denoy. Very quiet. Yeah, you could have had a nice, quiet table.
Those are the places where Robin gets engaged.
I get engaged over and over.
Over and over again. She's been engaged at the Water Club. Where she goes when she's going to pop the question. So, and then you said to her, here's the ring, and then she put it on, and that was it, huh?
No, then we went up to the Rainbow Room.
Right.
Went up to the Rainbow Room.
Oh, you could have even done that.
And we had a drink up there.
Yeah.
And looked out on the city and, discussed our impending...
What does the future look like to you?
You discussed your life together and what it'll be like.
Yes.
What does the future look like to you? I want to know.
You should have gone where I went when I asked my wife.
Answer hazy. Call back later. Where'd you go?
Chuckles Comedy Club out on Long Island. Right there, one of the booths. One of the more private booths.
No, you could have gone to the Supper Club. They do have those private booths that you can curtain off.
Yeah.
What goes on in there?
I mean, hey, if I'm doing something as goofy as asking a woman to marry me, I want it curtained off. I want to be alone. Oh, I'd be so embarrassed. And people must recognize you from the TV show.
No, but not a soul.
Really?
Not at 21.
Not a 21.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fascinating. I still say you're an idiot.
He can do what he wants to do.
I understand. I mean, I knew that you would think this, even before. I understand.
How long do you think it'll last?
This is the stupidest thing Gary's ever done. Now I'm convinced he's completely stupid.
But do you think it'll last?
Oh, I don't know. I suppose so.
Yeah?
I don't know. I don't know her all that well. You'll see, man. And everything that you think's cute about her, that'll become the most annoying part of your marriage. Everything you found cute will become annoying in about a year. You'll see.
Don't you think
Am I
Gary
right, Jackie?
needs a helpmate?
Yeah,
Jackie, tell him.
Those little things that
They
just
used to think were really kind of
drive
cute
you crazy,
little
will drive you crazy.
Yeah, that's right.
They will always drive you crazy, just in
Yeah.
a different way.
You have to start your life
And
at
you
some
know when
point.
she does this?
Uh.
You know when she does that?
Yeah.
You know, it's just,
Yeah, you'll see. You'll be
So
fine.
what do you-
And she'll be bossing you around.
So your suggestion is that I just never get married for my whole life?
Right.
Really?
Yep. Keep banging away.
Do you want to have children?
Yes, I do.
Oh.
And I don't
Well,
want
I
to
think it's important that Gary have children.
I don't want to be. I don't want to be some 60-year-old dad. You know,
Right.
you get married at like 40.
All right. Well, obviously the birthing drive has hit Gary.
It has hit him. Yes,
Yes.
the nesting drive.
The nesting drive. He wants to nest. Gary needs children. Wow. Women like gloves get worn out, and that's the problem.
Oh, you are a disgusting pig.
And vice versa. And vice versa. I think marriage is great.
Yeah.
I think it's great that you get married, and I think it's great. I think it's congratulations to you.
what if Gary just like lets himself go and he gets fat and stuff?
Yeah.
Here, Jackie, how does that work?
All right.
How does that work?
Jackie let himself go a long time ago.
Yeah, she got the fat Jackie from the start.
Yeah.
Jackie loses weight, it's a gift.
Yeah. Wow.
What? He's confused. He's all engaged.
Yeah, he's all engaged. Wolf, I'm engaged. Wait, I got to start drawing cartoons.
I'm
He's a
engaged.
favor.
2 carrots, balls.
He's a 2 carrots, Wolf.
BabaBooey.
All right, we'll be back. When we come back, for those of you who missed the Bob Hope thing the other day, we're going to play that for you right after these words.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
Put that BabaBooey, boy. He's something else.
Then he calls me, where is it?
Where is it? What are you talking about?
Is it on the carousel or is she just before the carousel? Do you see the carousel?
I said at the beginning of the carousel.
Can you see the carousel in the background?
2 idiots.
Gary, you don't understand why you did wrong? Oh, you got the tape?
Yeah, it's coming. Scott's carting it now.
Oh,
Except,
okay.
of course, our cart machines are broken, and now they take a long time to cart.
Yeah, that's what you should have done to begin with, cart them.
You said to take them all and put them on one tape so you could play it. That's what you said.
No, that's
yes,
not what
yes,
I said.
Yes.
Are they leadered so I can tell which rap
No.
is what? No.
No, you
Of
want
course
to.
not.
You just
They're never
wanna-
organized. You just throw everything on one tape and boss will deal with it.
No, that's what you wanted. You wanted everything.
That's not what. Yeah,
You
I
didn't say you wanted everything on individual carts, or
No,
you would have said
Gary,
something.
I want everything organized.
No, you want everybody to know what you think without telling them.
I want you to.
You
if I say to you, go get tapes, try to organize it the best you can. Just don't give it to Scott and say throw it all on a tape and get it in.
You said you just wanted everything she said all in a row. You wanted to play it all in a row.
No, I never said all in a row. Never, ever. He always has an excuse. He'll never listen to me.
No. I don't always have.
You will never listen to me.
No, you'll always be in charge of the microphone, and then you can say whatever you want.
I'm letting
That's
you
why
say
you're a
whatever you
genius.
want.
That's why you're a genius. You're
No,
great.
no. I'm a
You're
genius
incredibly
because if I
entertaining,
was the
except when it comes
producer,
to
if I
me.
was the producer of this show,
Right.
I would handle it a whole different way. A whole different way.
Right.
But hey, you're the producer. I can't sit and tell you how to do your job.
You're not sure. How could you?
No,
You're not sure what you want when you want it.
Of
How would you
course.
know what to tell me what to do?
Are you a jackass?
No.
Okay.
That much I
Then
do
listen
know.
to me carefully. You're the producer of the show. I need someone with organizational skills. Do you have any?
Yes.
Okay. Then go organize and leave. Goodbye. He goes, how could you know how to be the producer? You don't know what you want.
It's true.
So recognizing that, why don't you take over and tell me what I
How
want?
come my mic is lower?
Because I can't stand you.
No, because you don't want to hear me.
No, I hear you, but you don't make sense.
I'm not going to talk.
You're retarded.
I'm not going to talk.
Goodbye. You're not going to talk?
No.
Good. That's what I wanted all along. He goes, like he's punishing me.
Yes, that's it. I'm not talking to you.
That's it. I'm not talking to you.
Thank goodness.
Do you see that, Jackie? He's not talking to me.
It's over.
It's over. Well, these are not surfboards. These are my teeth.
It's too early.
It's too early. Well, I see I have to take a break.
Well, this is good. All the snow will be gone when we get home.
Yeah. I see we have to take a break. And what are we doing today? Who is coming down for the big butt bongo party, Gary?
Fred the Elephant Boy and Tempest. Everyone else was gone.
Everyone else is gone?
Yes. The animal trainer's out of town. Maybe Daniel Carver.
Is the animal trainer calling in?
He's going to try.
And what about Daniel Carver, the KKK guy?
He's going to try. He was out of town.
He's out of town.
Wait, he's out of town?
Yes.
Where is he?
I have no idea. They tried to beep him. His son tried to beep him.
Oh, dear.
Obviously, you spent 1 to 2 minutes on the phone preparing for this.
That is a complete lie.
How many calls did you make?
I had to be 20 or 30.
Oh, okay.
Even we got turned down by some people.
Really? Who?
Well, I don't know if I want to say. Somebody, the producer of the tape couldn't come on the air.
Well, yeah, we knew that.
And then a lot of people just weren't home. It was a day's notice.
I see.
Day and a half's notice.
Day and a half's notice?
Yeah. In other words, we decided to do this Thursday afternoon.
Right.
If a stripper goes out of town.
Yeah.
And you leave messages on their machine.
Oh, I see.
How can they get back to us?
I see. All right. Well, okay.
What are you okaying me about?
I said, well, okay.
But you're acting like I'm a jerk.
No, you're acting like a jerk.
No.
Get out.
You're like, yeah, fine,
why don't you leave the room before you make a fool out of yourself? And before I really start yelling at you, I'm really trying to contain myself.
Yeah.
Get out. Get out of the room.
Yeah.
Get out of the room now.
Yeah.
Get out. Close the door quickly. Get out.
I'm on my way.
Good. Goodbye. Get out. Fa-fa-fooey. Fa-fa-fooey, starting in again. Fa-fa-fooey. Fa-fa-fooey. I said, fine, well, we'll have to deal with that. He goes, hey, you're acting like I'm a jerk.
What are you okaying me for?
If I say okay, it's no good. I said, okay. What a jerk. What is it?
No, I'm just here to tell you that Bud Bongo, a couple is here to be Bud Bongo.
Oh, good, okay.
And it's going really hot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
It'll be nice.
All right, that'll be a good way to send off the tape.
Exactly.
What the hell am I talking about now? Fa-fa-fooey. I have the most belligerent producer. And you know what? I'm not calling him producer anymore. That's a joke. He's an intern who I got some money together for.
He's the world's highest paid intern.
You're not kidding. He has the nerve to want more money.
When he goes in to negotiate that increase in salary, just what does he put up as his progress?
I don't know.
And why he's worth more now.
His progress. You think he'd prepare, he would type out a memo that says, hey, here's who's showing up for the Butt Bongo thing. This is what you have to work with. These are the people, these are the couples who called me. These are their phone numbers if they don't show up. I don't know, he just never gets inspired with his job. He just wants to get home and I don't know.
I don't know what it is.
He wants to shovel snow for a living.
Sincerely now, Howard, I know that he would like to do a great job.
Yeah, I had a project for him to work on this weekend. So he goes, oh, I can't I got to go with my parents and shovel the snow. This is a high roller.
Did he say that?
This is a guy who's thinking big.
What did I do Friday night?
You worked.
Who did I work for?
Me.
Thank you.
Yeah, first time in a year, you gave up some time. And I'm trying to find ways of having him make more money. But he's just I'm always trying to get ways to make him more money. But it's always, I got to go shovel the snow, Wolf.
All I can say is I cannot believe that you couldn't get laid in high school.
Yeah.
Because you can talk anybody into anything.
Thank you.
No, I'm sitting at home on Friday night work and digging it, and you couldn't get, I can't believe you can talk anybody into anything.
That's right. Oh, that was a horrible thing. I'm going to pay you a bunch of money, and that was a terrible thing to talk you into.
No.
Trying to find ways for you to make a living, and you're, oh, boy, this is terrible. I got to work on a Friday night. I could have been shoveling snow, making some extra money. I could have been appearing at a barnyard. I could have been appearing at a strip club. You're hopeless. I don't know why I put so much faith in you. You're hopeless. Now you've disappointed me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a hopeless Indian.
You are. You're hopeless. You're hopeless. You're not growing. You're not growing. Damn it. I want you to grow. I got to go shovel the snow. Hey, what'd you do this weekend? I shoveled snow.
I shoveled my parents' snow.
I
It's not like
shoveled
went
my
out.
parents' snow.
I know, like I went out with a shovel and was doing 20 bucks
Gary
a
with his little
car.
big red boots shoveling
He too
snow.
can't find anybody.
No, he'd rather be home shoveling snow than
He's
going
gotta
out
do it himself.
and working on some exciting projects.
Won't be done right,
You should see
boss.
how many kids I could find who'd rather work on projects.
And why don't you use them? Don't you need somebody with some expertise? I mean,
Well, I think what I really have to do is fire you and then get somebody new. It's like trying to get a monkey, train a monkey.
I'm here. You fire me, you know.
All right, come on, just get out of here before I just say the word. And what are you gonna do? Just give the word. And
Why should that be your concern?
Because I care about you. Okay, you're my monkey. The same way I'm attached to a monkey, I'm attached to you.
Well, clean my cage and throw me out.
Good.
You're his pet.
You think I throw a monkey into the street?
You're his pet.
I'll be fine.
Get rid of you.
I'll be fine until the snow melts, Wolf.
Oh, that's what he's going to do.
I could shovel until...
Look out there, there's plenty of work.
I see snow, I see work.
Get hungry by summer.
Get hungry by summer. All right, I got to take a break. I got to take a break from this show. And we'll see you in a few minutes.
And we're back with the best of Stern on this Friday morning. I'm Dia Stein. And one of the favorites on the Stern Show, when Gary and Howard fight. And they fight a lot. In this next segment, here's a classic fight. It's the best of Stern.
You're on the air. Hello?
Hello, yes. I'd like to get on the air.
Well, I just said you're on the air. Why would you say that?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I didn't hear that. I got something for you, Howard.
Is the weekend really over?
I wish.
You know, we were out there, the barbecuing, lamb. Have a big lamb, Jackie? Barbecue a lamb this weekend?
No, I didn't.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was looking at Spy magazine. I know you like to bash on Roseanne and Arnold.
Roseanne and Arnold, yes. All right,
Yeah,
thank you.
You bet.
Don't call up and describe stuff from magazines to me, and that made no sense. Who knows what he just said? I know what he means. Now, I'm probably seconds away from BabaBooey coming in and explaining to me, and with him pointing with his smelly fingers to the Spy magazine. Well, if this is what you mean, I don't care. He reads Spy magazine like it's the Bible.
I know, he loves that magazine.
Wolf, you got to read this article in Spy magazine. If I hear that one more time, my head will explode.
You really ought to read it.
Well, Wolf, see, they do a whole evolution of Roseanne Arnold's career. He has time, I tell you. He read articles.
I know, this is incredible.
Gary, you want to explain to me?
What did I do?
You didn't do anything.
I didn't do a thing.
Not for nothing.
BabaBooey.
BabaBooey. Excellent. Now, the guy quoted from Spy made me think of you, how you're always...
I gave you 2 articles in the last 6 months, both which were usable.
Okay. All right, come on, leave.
No, but like, what did I do?
Nothing, I'm just commenting.
You didn't think that Jerry Lewis article was funny? About him and the Nazi clown, doing the Nazi clown movie?
Yeah. Hey, what did you just say?
That says you're an ass.
What?
Oh. No, he just said a-hole on the air.
Oh.
Get out of here. Get out. Get out. Go think about that you're on the radio and you're not at your house. Did he recover from Friday? I understand he walked out of the TV show angry.
No, I guess he's still angry from Friday.
What is he talking about? Is he? Someone told me Gary walked out angry. I said, take his head and bang it against the wall maybe 500 times. What is he angry about? What was he angry
You replaced him. Yeah, there was a part for him, and you replaced him.
What was this? Gary, you better come in here.
The last part of the show,
yeah.
What we were taping was something between you and Gary.
Yeah.
And then you said, Fred, come over here and do Gary.
Yeah, so?
And then a few people, sort of laughed and said Fred did a better Gary than you.
What are you angry about? How dare you leave anything angry? How could you be angry?
I can do whatever I want.
You were angry on Friday?
Do anything.
Someone told me you were angry on Friday, and I said, what happened to him? I thought maybe you fell down.
I wasn't angry. I was just...
I heard you left in a huff. Don't be so sensitive.
Well, you wouldn't know. You're never on the other end of it.
Why would you be... You wouldn't know. Why would... I don't know when I pull down my ass cheeks and everyone goofs on them.
Yeah, but that's your choice to make money for your show.
Yeah.
It's not my choice to...
Yes, it is. You could.
It wasn't my choice to show a picture of me picking my nose, but I think that's funny anyway.
Yeah.
But you showing your ass cheeks is your decision.
Well, but
you know what's going to happen.
No offense, Friday's show there was chock full of surprises. Some girl out of my past walked into the studio.
Right.
I didn't know that was going to happen. Get with it. Get out of here.
But you control that.
What a job he's got. Do me a favor. Go run an ice cream truck like your father, and you'll come back and you won't feel so sensitive.
Nobody will pick on you.
Yeah. At the ice cream company, they won't be sensitive.
You control everything. So
Goodbye.
How could you possibly,
Goodbye. How could you be sensitive? You got a cushy job. You got a dope who sits there and types all weekend to write TV shows. All you got to do is show up and get me my water to get a paycheck.
And we're both paid accordingly.
Right. You're paid way too accordingly. Oh, you're overpaid. You got to give me money back at the end of the year, like a rebate. Is he out of his mind? He walked out sensitive. How dare he?
There were 50 people.
There were 50 people, Bull. There were 50 people. I was upset. You leave with a big smile on your face.
I told you what he said. F yous all.
F yous all? What do you F yous all? F yous all. Mr. F. At the end of every TV show taping, you come in and go, Bull, thank you for letting me be another, let me just be on this cushy job for another day. Anything else you want me to do? Oh, is he nutty? Talk about a guy getting carried away with himself. He wants to be Bob Morton so bad, like the producer of like the Letterman show or something, and walk around with a clipboard. I didn't want to have people saying that Fred was a better me than I was me. Hey, Bull. Hey, Fred, are you a better me than me?
I might be. I don't know. But I might be filling in for myself on my honeymoon.
He's lost his marbles. He's lost his marbles. That is some cushy job he's got back there.
I couldn't believe he was going to be that upset. Grabbed his things and left.
Wow. Because what? Because Fred did a voice of him?
Yeah, and somebody said, is Fred replacing you on the honeymoon?
Oh, boy. Mr. Sensitive.
That's it.
I don't even know that I'm using that.
Of course not. You just all asked for an alternate take.
Yeah. I mean, Gary couldn't... What was the line Gary couldn't say?
Goodbye, balls.
Oh, I told him to go, goodbye, balls. He can't do that. He can't do that. We're making this little animated piece with Gary.
Yeah.
So Gary had to do the voice for the cartoon. We're going to do a little cartoon with Gary, like a minute-long cartoon. So at the end of the cartoon, Gary has to say, goodbye, ball.
Like he's going away.
Right, like he's going away. Because his head is being bowled down the alley.
Right.
And he couldn't do it.
Can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
You're missing the point. I'm not angry
I understand.
that you replaced me with Fred.
I'm not missing the point. I'm not that stupid. In other words, you couldn't take the comments afterwards.
Well, it's just a pain in the ass.
You're getting way too sensitive. You're getting way carried away with yourself.
You would have no clue. If somebody made fun of you day in and day out.
Who does that?
You guys do, but it's
no,
okay.
I just
That's
try to
my
help
role.
you.
That's my role. I don't mind it. But
Yeah.
taking it from you guys is one thing, and taking it from those guys is a completely different thing. Although taking it from you guys is not so easy either.
You need to repeat after me.
You wouldn't know. Oh, yeah, right.
Come here. Don't you
fire
leave.
me.
I'm talking to you.
Put me on the street before my wedding. You're
come
crazy.
on. Come on. Come on. Come here and repeat after me, Gary. You get back in here.
Funniest fight in show business.
Long-standing feud. He's so downtrodden. Man, if a guy had a great job, I mean, this guy Gary...
Why would I care that some guy, you know, whatever he does, is making fun of me?
Ralph, of all people. He's offended when... Just make fun of... Look at Ralph. Gary's got no wit. No wit. How could you be offended by what Ralph says? Ralph's a snaggletooth.
Ralph envies him.
Right. Ralph wants a job like Gary's got. Where is he? All right, repeat after me. Say BabaBooey.
BabaBooey.
There you go. Ralph's a wanna-booey. He wants to be a BabaBooey.
BabaBooey. BabaBooey.
Wanna-booey. Wanna-booey.
BabaBooey.
Believe me, there isn't a person in America who wouldn't want Gary's job. He comes to work. He sachets in here. He's got interns doing whatever it is he's supposed to be doing to set up.
Right, and when you come in, you don't see Gary.
No. I'm here before Gary. Gary comes in, and between 6 and 10, he answers the phone. He answers the phone and receives, I don't know, what is his salary up to now, guys? Does anybody know?
No.
I got to make a documentary of Gary's job. That's what I am doing. I will shoot over the summer a documentary on Gary.
Gary's job?
And what it will be is you will get to see Gary doing every aspect of his job. And you're going to tell me if he's paid enough or not.
All right.
So right now he's sitting back there. He's either sitting at his desk or walking around. And this, by the way, it'll be like a 2-minute movie.
Okay.
All right? It's not going to be a long movie. You're not going to sit through like...
Because there's not much of a job?
Yeah, it's not going to be like the Madonna documentary, you know, with music and, you know, a lot of interplay, because it's just nothing. This is his job. And if I'm wrong, you tell me.
All right.
He goes back there between 6 and 10, and he reads the paper and Spy Magazine and stuff and answers the phone. And beside answering the phone, there's really not a lot to do. If a guest comes in...
he pops in here.
Yeah.
Now, see, during the 6 to 10 hour,
Yeah.
Gary comes charging in that studio between every commercial break.
Yeah, and he doesn't...
And I think, he must have pertinent information for the show.
Right, and he doesn't. And then he keeps going to me, Wolf, and I was like trying to organize my papers this morning, but Gary demands my attention.
Yes.
Now, he came in, and all he did was read off his list of things that he had. So what he does is he charges in between every couple of breaks. Every break he comes in here. Every time we go to a commercial, Gary charges in, sits down, and starts going, Howard, Wolf, 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 Wolf. And I have yet to be able to go through my file folder and get all my notes out.
Oh, boy.
Because it just goes Wolf. And if I don't look at him and pay strict attention to him, he gets very annoyed.
Yeah.
He still hasn't caught on that I have to do more than one thing at a time. Has no clue what I do.
Because sometimes I'll come in to hand you faxes, or and he's always there, in the way. I have to climb over it.
It's impossible to get near me.
He must be doing some business.
No. So I'm telling you what Gary's job is, and if anybody would like this job, I know when I got out of college and I was looking for work. I mean, seriously, about starting a career. If someone said to me, "Here's what you got to do: you get to go to the Howard Stern show every day. You will sit there during the show between 6 and 10, and if Howard needs something, you got to get it for him." So I know Gary doesn't like to go out on the street, so he has John or Ganji go get something if I really need like a cup of hot water or something or some food. Then, if the phone rings during the show, which is mostly dopey listeners, answer the phone and just reroute them to this show.
Yeah.
Or if you hear something interesting, put him through to us. Ever try to talk to him when he's on the phone?
Oh, yeah.
He blows a fuse.
That's a gasket right there.
Right. I'm on the phone.
He's got the world's loudest shh.
And that big finger goes up. Wolf.
That's when he becomes like the school principal. He'll throw you right out of the office.
You're going to come through the window.
Well, I want him repeating after me. I'm not starting until he repeats. And then, let's change Gary's name to Lucky.
Lucky?
Because, man, he is lucky. You think that he has a bad job because we sit and we talk about him and stuff, but I'm constantly amazed that he's upset, that when he walks out upset, I'm amazed. Freddie, I'll break in a second. So I'm talking about Gary's job.
So what else does he do now?
Okay.
He answers the phones from 6 to 10.
Yeah, he answers. I'm trying to think of all the things that possibly might pop up. He answers the phone, or if a guest comes in, he has to tell him to take a seat.
Right. And tell you that they're there and not give you their names.
Right. Yeah, if it's a mystery guest, he has to remember not to give me their names.
And he answers the phone from 6 to 10.
Right. That's right. Did I leave that out? Thank you for the help. No, really, what else does he do? I mean, it's not such a bad job. A lot of people would say that's a downright good job.
Well, he would say to you that the majority of his job is done after the show is over.
Yeah, and then so after the show is over, I'm here usually till about 1 o'clock.
Right.
And I know what he does. He answers the phone, and then I ask him to. We get a thing called Celebrity Bull, and he has to call up and ask if people would like to be on the Howard Stern show.
Yeah.
And all of them say no, and then that's the end of his job. I mean, that's it.
You don't ever give him little assignments like go to the traffic department and do this?
No.
Or
No.
talk to Tom about that?
I asked him to talk about Tom. Tom refuses to take Gary seriously. So there's not much Gary can talk to Tom about.
Yeah.
Or if I have a scheduling thing, I ask Gary to write it down on the calendar. I'll say I have a meeting today at 11:30. Would you please write that down?
And doesn't he go through the mail?
Yeah, and he goes through my mail. And he reads my mail, which is a lot of fun. I mean, it's interesting mail.
Yeah,
it's not like
good stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of fun stuff. It's not the word. I mean, opening up the vice president of IBM's mail is kind of boring. It's all statements and.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what I see him do.
Yeah.
I see him after the show every day. He, while you're eating your turkey and potatoes, he comes in and asks you, would you consider having this guest or that guest before he calls?
Right. Before he calls. He can't find out if somebody's interested. It's before he calls. But why should I waste my time calling if you don't want them? Like, well, tell me who's available.
He'll say, would you consider having spinners?
Yeah, the spinners. No, I don't think I want them. And they'll argue with me for 10 minutes why we should have the spinners.
Right.
Meanwhile, they're not even booked.
Do you see an angle on?
Boss, you see an angle on.
Ron the Shearer?
Ron the Shearer, she does Up All Night on USA Cable. No, Gary, I really don't see it. I don't think that's a good guest. Really? I would have thought you were wrong.
Well, here's a picture, Balls. You still don't see an angle?
I'll leave the picture on your desk. You can come up with an angle.
Because she actually wants to do the show.
And then he tells me I okayed people I never okayed. I know I never okayed them. And somehow he tells me I do. And how could I be wrong that often? I'm not wrong with anybody else in my life but with him. Would you sort of what? He just follows me around. But, I mean, it's not a bad job. I really don't think it's bad. And there's no deadlines or anything. Not many.
Every once in a while. Doesn't he do something with tapes?
The best of. He's supposed to. All he does is he goes over to the computer, he pulls out whatever we did last, and has Scott do all the work.
I see.
I don't know. I still don't know how Pauly Shore got the hell in here. I don't call for a guest. And then if I called for, like, I want the guest to be out of here, Gary doesn't show up for like 15 minutes.
Retrieve the guest.
Yeah, he's supposed to retrieve the guest if I want to get rid of him. But he never does that part of his job. And then Pauly Shore got in here the other day. I didn't even ask for him.
He just walked in?
Well, I hadn't said, it was during the commercials.
He came in during commercials? I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. I was like, well, you might as well sit down. He's in the hall. I don't know. Where is Gary? Does he want to explain any of his
he's
job?
sitting out there listening to us, just cursing at the radio.
I'm stewing. All right, we got to take a break. I mean, it's a pretty good job. Boss, I'm really swamped right now with the Baba Best of, and I'm overloaded. I'm so busy, boss. Can I have an assistant? He's got 3 assistants out
He's
there.
always saying, I want a typist, I want this, I want this.
Well, because I said to him, maybe when somebody sends me something nice, like Harvey Leeds sends me a guitar, maybe you could write a thank you note to him. Just, leave it on my desk, suggest what I should write to them, and then I'll forget about it.
Oh, that...
Well, we don't have a typist. He could be doing all that he has 4 hours now to do stuff. To organize tapes. He should be out there organizing tapes right now.
No, he'll be in here. He has to come in every commercial break.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with him bringing work home from the office, like I do. I mean, there was a 3-day weekend. I did tons of work. There was nothing wrong with him taking sacks of mail home and opening it.
Sure.
And organizing it. What's wrong with that? A lot of people have to take work home with them. Both, no, I'm entitled now 3 days. This guy makes $40,000 a year from this job.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people don't make $40,000 a year. That's pretty damn good money.
He's planning an Italian honeymoon, you know.
Yeah. Is he?
Yeah.
What do you mean, an Italian honeymoon?
They're going to Italy.
It's unbelievable. He has a better lifestyle than I do. It's unbelievable. He's going to Italy for his honeymoon? I want my girl to see my homeland.
I'm going to take her to Florence.
Florence? Both, I go to Florence. Florence is so beautiful this time of year, boy.
Rome and show her the Vatican.
He'll never get back to the United States. You see, but to plan the honeymoon and to plan his wedding, that he does perfect.
That he's busy with.
Busy with. He's on the phones. I hear him back there.
Yeah.
That he's busy with. My affairs he's not busy with. If I look for a tape, both it's going to take me a couple of days to dig that off. He can't find one friggin' tape back there. Fred's cards still can't be organized.
No.
Nothing. Nobody can dream up a system to organize those. I got some coordinator back there. I got the uncoordinated.
But the wedding is handled.
The wedding is going to be perfect, boss. Going off a lot of hits. How the flower girl?
I'm still looking for a soloist.
Yeah. And he's leaving pissed, no less. All right. A soloist. I know, every day I hear he's got something new.
I will be playing the acoustic guitar, and I got a soloist.
Oh, man.
BabaBooey.
Gary doesn't want to get married in front of us. I wasn't even going to go to the church. I was just going to go to the affair. My wife says, no, we're going to the church. I want to see it. And I'm like, okay, don't blame me. What happens? That's my wife. Because, I get around Jackie and Fred. I'm like a 3-year-old.
Forget about it.
Yeah. I have 2 words to say, guys. Water pistols.
Oh, no.
No. I won't do that. Squirt Gary up. Can you imagine if we started squirting him during his wedding?
Invisible ink.
Yeah.
Disappearing ink.
Whoopee cushions.
Just imagine that every once in a while he's standing there, water dripped on his head. That would drive Gary crazy.
Oh, yeah. That would be great. And then the whoopee cushions are like a 3-year-old wedding. All right, let me take a break.
BabaBooey.
What happened to that last BabaBooey?
I thought that was the one.
BabaBooey, interrupt us.
Yeah, BabaBooey.
Fred's rusty.
BabaBooey.
3 days off, huh, Fred?
Sorry.
Oh, boy.
Oh. Where is Gary?
He won't come in.
He won't come in now. All right, we'll be back right after these words.
Howard Stern all morning. Classic rock and roll all day.
Thank you, Gary. He's relentless in his pursuit.
It doesn't matter if you say, no, I don't want him. He comes back again and again.
You're the one with the wacky memory.
Okay.
I didn't drop
how come we're the only ones?
I didn't drop acid
When is
either.
Robin ever going to disagree with you?
A lot of times.
Yeah.
Jackie, were you in the meeting?
For part of it.
Oh. Jackie, of course. And Jackie's always the same. I don't really remember. And Fred, I guess you don't remember anything either.
I remember a little bit.
Yeah, and what do you remember?
I don't know. There was one point where I was kind of believing you a little bit.
Yeah.
About that whole thing about where he said he didn't know, but then he did.
Reality.
Well, it is reality.
I see. Okay, very good.
Hidden camera is a sketch.
Please leave. I'm done with you. I'm done with you. Go out and answer. Who's answering the phones right now?
Nobody.
All right. Well, why don't you go answer the phone?
I don't feel like it.
All right. Well, I need someone out.
I got to go open your mail.
How come he always needs somebody out when I'm looking for him?
Yeah.
You want someone to answer your phones,
What
don't
were
you?
you doing, Gary? I had to answer your phone.
Here, Gary, repeat after
You
me.
morons want to monitor my every
Gary, wait a second. I have to teach you something. Come here.
Oh, no.
I was going to have him repeat after me, but he left.
Call him up on the phone.
Let's see how long it takes him to answer the phone.
It's a lot of pressure from the wedding.
I tell you, it's time for him to move on. Does anybody have a job for him?
You know what I love? You sat there and you said, he's constantly arguing with me about everything. He goes, no, I'm not.
Yeah. It's all day like this. Yeah, Gary. All right. Are you answering the phones?
Yes.
Okay. All right, do me a favor. I don't want to end where it's not a learning experience for
It's
you.
never a learning experience.
Sometimes
It's just all it is a browbeating, pummeling Gary into the ground experience. You feel better, and I feel stupid, and we all move along.
No, you don't have to feel stupid. You made your point. You were right. I was wrong.
No.
All right, repeat after me.
Not.
I am not
You are not
familiar with reality.
familiar with reality.
I am way.
What's that?
I am way
I am way
too old
to
be called boy.
boy.
I am way
I am way
too stupid to do anything else.
too stupid to do anything else.
I am an engaged mess.
I am an engaged mess.
All right, thank you. There you go.
BabaBooey.
He gets so mad. An engaged mess. Why is there no job opportunities for Gary? Why will nobody hire him? Don't know the radio show's one part of his magic?
I told you, Curtis and Lisa Sliwa wanted him.
Yeah,
You should have encouraged him at that point.
Yeah, they're still doing very
Take
well.
wing and fly.
They're doing great over there. They still have jobs.
Instead, we saved him.
Yep. I think it would have been fun working with them. He's got a lot of good points. Really, for anyone thinking, list his good points, Robin. You start.
Well, first of all, he is intensely loyal.
Right. So loyal that no matter what you say to him, he won't leave.
You can fire him.
Yeah.
He'll show up the next
I have fired him 3 times, and he just stays right here. Let's go around the room and point out Gary's
All right,
good
this
points.
is good.
All right, Fred, would you like to say something?
Diligent worker.
All right. Jackie?
Very well groomed sometimes.
Howard?
Very, very hairy.
It's going to get thin now.
Uh-oh. Don't go to that side of the
All right, that's enough. No, it's just that we argue a lot lately. It's not pleasant. No. I need him more on the ball, on top of things.
You know what was funny to me yesterday was you were reading something while Gary was screening some tapes for you.
Yeah.
And he got so aggravated because he didn't have your undivided attention.
I've been trying to think, maybe it's me. Why am I so annoyed with Gary? But it's not. I'm sitting there reading something, and Gary comes in and starts playing tapes for me, and I go, yeah, sure, go ahead and play the tapes. He goes, well, I can't play them if you're going to read. I go, Gary, it takes you an hour to queue up a tape. I'm reading why do I have to watch you queue up a tape? Don't worry about it. Just play it.
And then you'd read between every tape, and he would say, do you want me to stop?
Yeah, he's nuts. You're losing your mind. Why do I have to give you my undivided attention?
That's not how it went. That's just Robin's.
Robin, I saw it the same way.
Well, then you guys ought to take off your glasses and see the truth. The truth is that you're right that sometimes I do that, but the truth is yesterday I was playing this thing for you.
Right.
And you were reading, and I just said, would you rather me leave? Because you weren't paying attention, and then you did that.
Gary, if I tell you to do something, just do it. Don't worry about what I'm doing.
Yeah, don't worry about rationale or anything like that.
Rationale?
Yeah, don't worry about anything if it belongs...
What do you mean, don't worry about rationale?
No, rationality is the word I wanted to say.
Rationality. What rationality are you again?
BabaBooey. Moron for being here.
No, you're not a moron. It's just that you got to just mellow out, man. What you do your job, stay on top of things.
How could I mellow out? You're the one who
You're playing me a tape. You're just annoying me.
But that's not true.
You're supposed to play me a tape. I say, Gary, go ahead and play me the tape. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Just play the tape. I'm a man who could do 5, 6 things at the same time. If I couldn't, then we'd never get anything done. Just do what I have to. Just put it on. That's all. I don't have to watch you rack up a tape.
We weren't racking it up. It was playing. The tape was playing.
Right, Gary, this happened between every tape you played. You played about 3 tapes.
You don't see yourself.
Yes, you did.
No.
Yes, you did play 3. You played 3 tapes exactly.
Jeez.
Hey, why don't you shut up? And I sincerely mean that.
Oh, what are you going to do?
I'll come punch you right in the head.
All right. You know what? Now you're resorting to violence. You're getting a little carried away.
Happens all the time.
Oh, he's going to come over here and punch me in the head.
Hey, don't start with him. He did play 3 tapes.
Of course he
And then
played
he
3 tapes.
thank God you're a witness. This goes on all day. I argue with him, and I have no witness. And he tells me that I'm losing my mind.
Oh, he's amazing.
Fred, can you get that where Gary goes, ah? Can you get that isolated onto some kind of tape?
I'll find it for you, Jeff.
You're a genius. Ah. You don't do, it's like Lurch.
It was all his frustration in like 2 words.
I like when he almost gets the F word out. No, you.
No, you know you. It was a combo. It was you. He's so pissed off. He's gonna come through the glass.
Yeah, he's going to stop using the door.
You.
Oh, that's it. I'll hell enough of you people. You're a bunch of... Take off your glasses and see the truth. I'm gonna come over and punch you, you... No rationality.
No rationality.
No rationality, boss.
You take off your glasses and see the truth.
I say we make a poster with Gary's face. Take off your glasses and see the truth.
You...
Oh, no. Take off the glasses and see the truth, boy. You say, hey, Gary, you played 3 tapes. No, I didn't. Why, you...
It's like... It's like a dog.
Take off your glasses and see the... I wonder if he's still in the building.
I love that kid. He's getting married.
Oh, amazing.
How much he punches his... all right, I'm going to apologize. He's probably feeling bad.
Yeah, we were just having
Gary,
fun.
come on in. I'm going to apologize. I'm feeling bad now. Even though I'm right about everything. Thank God you're a witness. No, because a lot of times you're not a witness.
Right, and he comes in and you don't know what went on because he stands by his story.
Right, but he gets a little confused. Come on in. I'm going to apologize. All right, I'll...
She's the witness.
What?
She's the witness. She's the witness.
No, come on. There were other people who witnessed.
I don't claim to witness things I haven't seen.
No, that would not be true. That would be wrong.
I like when you go...
I know, no. I think, are we here to apologize or are we here to emulate my noises?
Don't emulate.
All right. Anyway, I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to be so hard on you. It's just that sometimes you get on my nerves. All right?
Almost every time.
All right.
That was it?
So you didn't have to say that.
But that was it? That was the apology?
Yeah.
But should it go on as long as this did?
You want me to go on?
A 10th would have been nice. A 10th as long would have been nice.
I don't want, I'm not here to make you feel better, but man, sometimes, you have to be a little bit of a yes man. You really do in your position, and just, go ahead and do your thing.
I know I'm a little intense,
no one wants to be no one wants to be challenged every minute.
I don't challenge every minute. I really don't. I'm there for you for a lot of things.
Could you try not challenging him in one conversation?
Yeah, but you know what? When you emulate, your rationale is the truth.
Come on, there's a lot of stuff that we do together that none of this goes on. You don't even talk about.
Right, I know. Well, that's when your rationality kicks in. All right. Anyway, so don't worry about it. I'm sorry, all right? Hope my apology's accepted. All right, thank you.
I'm sorry if I did anything
you do
to offend you.
You do.
See, the apology just went down the tubes.
All right, kiss me.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead, Gary. Come on. It's enough of this.
It's never enough.
Yes, it is. You were good, man. You did a very good job today.
I didn't do anything yet.
That's what I mean. You haven't messed up. No, man, seriously, you're my bro, all right? All right. Been with me 30 years. I feel like his father.
Then you should be kicking in for that wedding.
Yeah. He's not mature enough to get married, I'm telling you.
You better stop him.
Nope, he's not ready. He's certainly not ready to be a parent.
Well, I don't think he's ready to do that right away, is he?
I don't know. If he knocks her up, man, that's it.
Oh, dear.
It's going to be hell to pay. He's 30, but he's a young 30. So, So we'll be back right after these words.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
Hey, quickly, let me play this for you. So if you remember, and I'll open up the phones in just a minute, but if you remember, we went to Fred's bachelor party. And at the bachelor party, Fred drank 15 tequilas, maybe 16 at this point, followed by a beer each time, followed by a beer each time within 2 hours.
I really, even the 16 tequilas would be enough, but 16 beers.
Yes. And Fred, some of those tequilas were served to him in a champagne glass or something.
So they may have been double shots.
Yeah.
Right. We don't know what he had, but
the point is, do you realize how much volume that is? 16 beers. And Fred didn't get up.
Well, let me tell you something. To make a long story short, because we've gone through this story ad nauseum. Fred passed out, flat on his face. We thought he was dead, so we told Gary, quickly call the EMS, because we had to get Fred to the hospital.
Right, you thought he was dead.
He was bleeding from all over. So, in fact, I was the one who first pronounced Fred dead. I was ready to bury him.
Across the room.
I said, Fred's dead. That's it.
That's it. History.
That's it. So here's Gary, who quickly called. First, he called his machine to check for messages, and then quickly called EMS. I just want to hear, because this is going to be interesting. I have not heard this yet, by the way.
Poor Fred. It's lucky Fred's alive.
Police 1092 with emergency.
Yes, it's at a club called Scores. It's on 60th between 1st and 2nd.
East 60th Street between 1st Avenue and 2nd Avenue?
That's correct.
And what's wrong there?
Somebody fell down. It looks like they might have cracked their head open.
Okay, and this place is called Scores?
Scores.
S-C-O-R-E-S?
Yeah.
First floor?
Yes.
What's the number you're calling from?
What's the number here, Lonnie? 421. 421.
Hold on for EMS. Don't hang up the phone.
I won't.
Okay.
I can hear her.
You mean that's all the information? You haven't even talked to EMS yet.
Right. I can hear her giggling at your teeth. Do you hear her chuckling?
Yes. No, you can hear can you hear the music in the background?
Yes. But what's interesting to me is that Gary, instead of telling them what's wrong first, gives the address.
That's what they ask you, Robin. What are you, crazy?
I didn't hear a question.
Oh, what are you...
Hey, come on, he's handling himself pretty well. Don't nitpick.
Maybe he would have gotten to EMS sooner.
Fred's laying on the floor. It looks like John Lennon, and Gary's holding his... You kept your composure. No wonder you're so anxious for us to play this. You really kept your composure.
She asked what the address was.
Right, still bleeding.
EMS 8629. Okay, 8629. I'm 1092. I'm Manhattan calling the line.
Thank you. Call her in Manhattan. Is the patient awake and breathing?
I think so, yes.
Male or female?
Male.
Awake? How could you say he was awake?
I didn't know. I walked into the room. Fred was down. I didn't see anything. Dominic goes, quick, call 911. I was in there for half a second.
Don't you ask what's wrong?
Someone said call 911 quick. Nobody had time.
Yeah, but I mean, the guy was unconscious.
I did not see that.
I did not know that.
You didn't see him laying on the floor?
No, I didn't. I mean, I saw him on the floor.
Well, you were the wrong guy to send.
Gary's always the wrong guy. What do you
I know. Yeah, I think so. Well, we'll take our time if he's awake. Well, why doesn't he walk over to the hospital?
Is he male or female? I think he's male.
No, I didn't say that.
How could you say he was awake? The whole point was he was unconscious.
Oh, everybody knows now. I couldn't see that then.
Approximately how old?
35.
What happened to him, sir?
He fell down, and I think he might have smashed his head open or something.
You know what it is? You got to sound like something's real bad, too.
Well, this is really bad. Fred's unconscious.
Yeah, but
and
Gary...
He's lying in a pool of blood.
Gary backpedals.
Hey, Howard, there were people that were saying, oh, don't call 911.
Yeah, that was Ralph.
No,
one guy was saying
somebody
that.
said, should we call? No, we don't need to call. Maybe we better call.
No, it was Ralph. He doesn't know what he's talking
In all
about.
that debate, you never looked over to see what condition Fred was in?
No, I didn't.
He knew what condition he was in. He gets confused by the questions.
Fred.
How could I tell he was unconscious, Wolf?
That's all his eyes closed.
He wasn't moving, but I don't know. Maybe he could hear me.
He might have been just taking a rest.
You got to say everything is bad. You call
it's easy
EMS.
to say now.
But
you weren't even telling the truth, Gary.
Bleeding, sir?
I can't tell. You know what?
What? Did she just say, is he bleeding? And you said you can't tell?
I could not tell.
There was a pool of blood around. It was pouring.
I didn't see a pool of blood.
Oh, my God. No wonder they took so long.
They didn't take the long.
They would have been there faster.
They were there very quickly.
They were there in 2 seconds.
What's that?
They would have been there in 1 second if you told them they were bleeding. It's a miracle they showed up. God bless EMS.
Thanks, because Gary's giving them all.
The way Gary was making it, probably the woman would have said, hey,
bring him to the hospital yourself.
Yeah, what's with you guys? He's not bleeding. He's conscious. How could a guy split his head open and not be bleeding?
Only in Gary's world.
This is a great defense for you. People complain about the EMS service.
This is the kind of call they have to decipher.
Yeah. If you were an EMS worker, you would assume that everything was not that bad.
He cracked his head open and there's no blood.
You guys are the biggest.
He's conscious.
He's a
the guy
conscious,
is
cracked open head with no blood.
I believe he's eating a burger with some ketchup. BabaBooey.
He's getting another table dance.
Is it Howard?
I see sliced onions.
Is there anything?
But if you could drop by here and just take a look for yourself.
Is there anything in the world that you and Robin can't do better? Is there anything?
Oh, this I definitely could have done better. This I know I could.
Then why didn't you?
Because I was assisting Fred.
Doing what? You were standing on the side.
He was making sure that
Fred,
Fred
needed me.
You already just said you didn't take his heartbeat, you didn't take his pulse, and you didn't feel
Excuse
Fred
me.
or anything.
Do you know who I am?
Howard Stern.
That's right. Who are you?
BabaBooey.
What is your job? What is BabaBooey's job? To make
do whatever
calls.
you want.
Right. When we have emergencies, you ought to take care of them. You got to handle yourself in a more brilliant way.
I can't imagine that you see a bunch of people crowded around one of your friends and you don't break through to see what's going on.
He knew what I saw. BabaBooey. He knew what was going on.
He's standing there. First he says
he panicked.
He walked in and somebody said call
No.
911. Then he's telling me he stood there while there was a debate as to whether to call
he was
911.
there. Gary saw Fred's body. Fred was laying unconscious in a pool of blood.
And
Gary choked on the phone.
Let me explain to you what happened.
And thank God the EMS worker was
debate
through Gary.
Thank God the EMS worker was conscious.
Would you guys shut up?
Can you believe this guy?
Am I here?
And he saw everything.
Am I invisible?
He's amazing. I can't believe he did that.
Gary saw everything. I remember him standing in the room.
I don't think he's conscious, and I don't think he's bleeding.
He doesn't listen. This is the same thing when I tell him back in the office to do something.
What, does he not believe his own eyes?
No.
Robin, the entire debate took
I
place
don't
in
trust
15
my
seconds.
own vision.
You can shut up because you weren't there and you don't know anything.
Where is the Gary puppet?
Oh, my God.
Where is the Gary puppet? I want to talk to him. That's who I'm interested in speaking to. My right-hand man is a panicking dope. Gary puppet?
If you think this is bad, you should have heard what my uncle did back in Dallas in 1963.
What was that?
Hello, Dallas? Mr. JFK's in the car. I think he's car sick. He seems to be conscious, and his wife doesn't seem to be too upset.
Is that right?
Had a real big beat on the situation.
All the clothing comes off. Everything, socks, underwear, T-shirts, everything comes off.
I don't want that.
They have to catheterize Fred?
No.
Oh, that hurts just to say it.
No.
Every guy just crossed his leg.
I hate when Robin does
Fred
that.
loves that.
Ooh. I see catheter.
And I'd be very nervous.
I see fully catheter.
Yeah, so admit you panicked.
No, I'm not admitting I
Okay,
panicked 'cause
fine.
There's a bunch of guys around and they sent me and told me to call 911 right away.
All right, stand by.
Not
East 60th Street, Inspection 2nd Avenue, but he is awake, right?
Between 1st and 2nd, I believe he is.
Oh,
I believe he is.
I believe he is. Why would you believe he was?
Why would you believe anything?
Why do you say you don't know?
You could talk to Lonnie. Why couldn't you get some information relayed back to you?
Gary, he was awake.
I know. Gary should have been. You know what? You know what? When they showed up, they took Gary off on the stretcher. I had a. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
But Fred could have made a better phone call.
I know. You should put the phone in front of Fred's unconscious mouth. It's amazing how you get everything wrong. And this is, I tell you that this is not the first time. I'm telling you, now I have proof. Thank you.
He confuses everything.
That's just how he handles my business activities. This is why I'm going nowhere.
He's like a soothsayer.
Was Fred out
immediately? He's like a tooth sayer.
Was Fred out the second he went down? Was he out immediately?
Yes, immediately. He was out.
He fainted before he fell.
Gary, when he was drunk, he was out.
Yeah, but I didn't see him before. I'm telling you, I only know.
Oh, you were there with us. There was a pool of blood around that guy. Why would we?
Howard, why would
we
I
were
lie
standing with you. Discussing the call EMS. I said the guy is
Why would I
laser
lie?
because you always have to act like you know when you don't.
Wait a second. Why would I
Instead
lie?
of saying to them,
if you didn't know anything.
You should have said, I don't know what to say.
Why would I lie about a pool of blood? Why would
because you always give an answer when you don't know. This is your problem. It's like when I once told, I'll give you a perfect example of Gary. For a while, Gary used to answer my phone, and whenever a reporter would call, they'd say, we want to speak to Howard. And Gary would say, Howard is not available. Howard doesn't comment to the newspapers. They'd say, well, let me get a comment from you. Gary would say, no, I don't comment either. But Gary, what do you think about this? He said, look, this is the way I feel, but I'm not supposed to comment. So finally, I gave Gary an order. I said, don't comment to the newspapers. 2 days later, Gary is quoted in a newspaper article. Why? Because Gary says, well, I tried to tell the guy I don't comment, and when I told him my thoughts, I didn't think he would write them down. He just opens his mouth too much. When you don't know something, you say, I don't know. You didn't know. You said that Fred was not. So you would say, I don't know if he's in a pool of blood. I don't know if he's bleeding. I don't know if he's conscious.
Why are you making this call? Why wouldn't somebody just say, I don't know what's happening? Have somebody else make
you
that
don't
call.
know anything.
Oh, come on.
Well, you know,
Gary,
this is embarrassing. Shut up. You have no clue, as usual.
Oh, boy.
You are clueless,
I know
Robin.
more about what was going on with Fred, and I wasn't even there.
Admit you were mixed up. You were mixed up.
Robin knows how to do everything better from her perch at home than she does in real life.
No, come on. You were mixed up.
I could have made us informed
and you should have, Robin.
I could have.
Robin knew more about Fred's condition than you did.
We should have called you, Queenie.
I could have said, I don't know.
The Queen. We should have called the Queen.
I don't know, just like you did.
He was self-conscious about his teeth in front of all the girls.
Actually, you lied.
There's a din in my headphones. Now, what did you have to say?
I said
believe
you were probably self-conscious about your teeth in front of all the girls.
There were no girls around the phone.
Oh, okay.
If I may defend Gary, I would just like to say one thing. He didn't lie. Sometimes he just says things that later turn out to be untrue.
Right.
But I love
Shut up, you piece of wood.
I love the I believe.
I won't be with you this weekend.
I believe that Fred is conscious.
In the Scores Club.
Yes.
I believe,
Okay,
yeah.
we will have an ambulance.
Why does he believe if he doesn't know?
I believe that he is not bleeding. I believe.
Then why are you calling?
You guys are jerks.
He was in the room. He knew what was going on. He panicked. He panicked. He won't admit it.
Panicked.
All right.
Yes.
That's it.
Wow. Stupidity is better to plead, I suppose, than panic.
I don't know.
You panicked.
Congratulations on turning a minute-and-a-half tape into a half-hour bit. You are a genius.
All right, thank you.
You are a genius.
I'll take the compliment.
Good job.
And I must say, you once again have provided me with excellent material.
You know what, Gary? Listen to this phone call and say, there's nothing here to be embarrassed about.
Yeah.
No, I said...
Gary got the call yesterday. Couldn't wait for me to get it on the air because he was like, I handled myself so well.
No, Howard, why did you listen to anything? It's not true.
proud.
I said right
Hello,
up front.
operator?
I said right up front.
Hello, operator. There is red dye by Fred's head.
I said right up front that I had only been in the room for a second. That's why I said that.
Hello, operator. Could you stop and pick me up a burger? I do not believe there's any blood. And Fred is very conscious. Come on. You blew it.
I did not blow it.
You
I did
still
the
admit
best
that.
I could under the circumstances. I totally defend myself, and I say.
Why were you calling 911 if Fred wasn't bleeding and Fred was conscious?
What?
Why were you calling 911?
Because he was obviously hurt. That much we knew. He was down on the ground.
But why wouldn't she ask you? If I ask you a question, I'm going to ask you a question right now. What position is the moon in right now?
I don't know.
Ah, you don't know. So you say, I don't know.
I believe it's
All right,
in
now
the
I'm going to ask you
sky.
another question. Now I'm going to ask you another question. Is Fred bleeding?
Right now. No.
Did you look?
I don't have to look. I know.
No, you don't know.
I
Say,
used
I don't know.
deductive reasoning.
No, that's what you used on the phone to the EMS worker.
And you deduced wrongly.
You just say, I believe.
Out of my peripheral vision, I can see that Fred is not bleeding.
Practice the sentence. I believe, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what you do. You say, I don't know. Or you say, wait a second, let me ask.
We were trying to get someone there as quick as possible. We were.
But how would you get somebody
on the
there
other
quick?
side of the club.
He's not sick.
I'm amazed they even showed up.
Oh, you guys are crazy.
I think maybe they showed up because it was Scores. They want to see some naked girl.
He was playing tooth knack on the phone. I believe.
A tooth knack. Hello, this is tooth knack.
You son of a bitch.
I believe.
You're so lucky we're separated by glass.
I am tooth knack.
Tooth knack. All I know is.
And you too.
I cannot believe that phone call.
And don't believe it.
I got to hear it again.
I'm
I have to go. There's a naked girl waiting to come in.
Is that right?
I hope so.
I hope so.
That's the only thing that can rescue you.
Police 1092, where's the murder?
Wait, Gary, put on your hat. Put on your tooth knack. Give the Gary Puppet his tooth knack hat. Unbelievable. I mean, I am really shocked. I had no idea.
An amazing call. That you got some help is amazing.
I know.
Agency.
Yes, it's at a club called Scores. It's on 60th between 1st and 2nd.
East 60th Street between 1st Avenue and 2nd Avenue?
That's correct.
And what's wrong there?
Somebody fell down. It looks like they might have cracked their head open.
Okay, and this place is called Scores?
Scores.
Scores?
Yeah.
Only a woman would need that repeated.
Yes.
Yeah.
She has him
guy.
repeat that address 50 times. Every guy knows.
Every guy has it in his wallet. See, if it was a guy answering the phone, would have been Scores. Okay, we'll get someone right over.
In fact, all he would have had to say was 60th between. They said Scores?
Yeah,
fine.
we got it.
We'll be right there.
First floor?
Yes.
What's the number you're calling from?
What's the number here, Lonnie? 42.
He has Lonnie there to ask him the number, but he doesn't ask him if Fred's bleeding.
421.
Hold on for EMS. Don't hang up the phone.
I won't.
Okay.
Thank God Lonnie was there for the number.
EMS 8629.
Okay, 8629. I'm 1092. I'm Manhattan calling the line.
Thank you. Caller in Manhattan. Is the patient awake and breathing?
I think so, yes.
Male or female?
I think so.
But he clearly says he cracked his head open.
Yeah.
Male.
Approximately how old?
35.
What happened to him, sir?
He fell down, and I think he might have smashed his head open or something.
Or something.
Hold on, go boom.
Fall down, go boom. Oh,
man. He's got a boo-boo.
He has boo-boo, boy. He has a boo-boo.
A lot of red stuff by his mouth. I think he was eating M&Ms.
A lot of bleeding, sir?
I can't tell. You know what? There's a bunch of guys around, and they sent me and told me to call 911 right away.
All right, stand by. East 60th Street and 2nd Avenue, but he is awake, right?
Between 1st and 2nd. I believe he is.
He's awake, but I'm not.
I think Gary's asleep. I think he thought she said, "Are you awake?"
Yeah. You know, there are 5-year-olds who make better 911.
Have you ever heard the EMS calls that they play on the news after a 5-year-old kid is home and his father's asleep in the tub and they can't figure it out and the kid's like, yeah, he's unconscious?
My father's drowning and his blood pressure is 120/80. But Fred, I don't know.
I can't tell if he's bleeding. There's too much red stuff by his head.
Yeah.
There's blood on the floor.
I can't tell if he's awake or not. His eyes are closed.
Club?
Yes.
Okay, we will have an ambulance there.
No, I can't take it anymore because this is hey, BabaBooey puppet. Repeat after me.
Okay.
I
know
nothing.
Know nothing.
And oftentimes.
A lot less.
A lot less. In an emergency.
In an emergency.
I am worthless.
As
breasts on a bull.
The
Lindbergh baby.
Will
be home any minute. I am celebrating. That today. I have my shoes on. The right feet. All right, very good.
Thank you, Wolf.
All right.
I just want to add one thing. If excuses are the nails used to build a house of failure, then Gary just built a skyscraper.
Thank you, Gary Puppet. All right, Gary Puppet making an appearance with his Karnak hat. What is it? Tooth knack. What is it, Southern John?
Gary's really mad.
Is he upset?
He's
What's
really
he
upset.
saying?
Can you believe this? Can you believe this?
But who can believe it? Can you believe it?
Well, I'm laughing. I'm like, God, you got to admit it's funny.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe this call.
Get it on tape for the TV show.
I know, I told him.
Don't miss a single angry moment.
Are you going to put a transcript underneath the call, too?
But seriously, John, Am I crazy here?
No, because
I mean, if he's asking Lonnie for the number, so if you don't know the guy's unconscious, why would you say he's conscious?
No, the funniest thing to me is that he said his head's cracked open, but he doesn't know if he's bleeding.
Yeah. So how did he know his head was cracked open?
I don't know. There's too much blood on the floor.
How can someone see through all this thick red stuff?
Another chance.
He may have been carrying
right?
a lava lamp.
Yeah, no, you're right. But I'm sure that when Gary listened to this, he said, I didn't do anything.
Do me a favor, run into Gary's office and tell him you just cut your hand off and tape him calling the emergency room.
Oh.
That'd be great.
Hello, this is EMS. What is the problem?
600 Madison Avenue.
That's a big problem, 600 Madison Avenue.
Oh, you mean Tom Chiasano?
No, not that problem. A different problem.
What is the problem there?
All right. Listen. The guy got a little nervous. That's all. The guy got a little nervous.
I believe.
And in Gary's defense, he was terrific at the hospital.
I believe he's unconscious.
Who was that, Fred?
No, our general manager.
It's like Gary's making predictions.
I believe. Well, the guy's in the next room. What do you mean, I believe?
I believe he is conscious.
I see OJ.
I believe I see OJ, and he's looking real scared.
You need an ambulance? No, but I think Fred might.
This Eve intensive.